let's get into my dark horse of the week, and that is A.J. Dillon, running back for the Green Bay Packers. Why do I like him this week? Well, first and foremost, because he's probably one of the only options out there. As I mentioned, 6 teams on bye this week. I don't have to say the teams, but I can say the type of players that you're going to be missing this week. Nick Chubb, ever heard of him? Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, Saquon Barkley, Najee Harris, not the greatest. We talked about the Broncos backfield and CMC. Those are valuable running backs. Most of them are top-notch, top 5 fantasy options right now. And you don't have them this week. That means you have to pivot. I think A.J. Dillon is a fine player to insert into your flex lineup, maybe even your running back 2 spot this week. And for those, I like them. I don't know what else to say. They play Detroit. Detroit, the number 1 team against to give up, I should say, opposing rushing fantasy production. They just give up big play after big play, not to mention a league-leading 13 rushing touchdowns allowed so far this season. It's just the way that it's going for them right now, and it's the way that teams come in and they play them. Unless you're Geno Smith in whatever week that was. That game was absolutely crazy. Case in point, running backs have good days against the Detroit Lions. Now, A.J. Dillon is a running back 2 on his own team. He's been ceding a lot of touches to Aaron Jones over the last couple of weeks, but I don't think that matters this week. I think with the scarcity at the position, you have to play the players you're willing to play. I'm starting A.J. Dillon this week. I don't even think I'm missing any of the big 6. I'm just starting him because I believe that there's an opportunity for him to fall in the end zone, and that's really the big kicker here. 13 touchdowns the Detroit Tigers have given up. The Detroit Lions have given up, and A.J. Dillon has to be one of them. Now, him and Aaron Jones, they don't have a lot of rushing touchdowns on the year. They have 2 combined, and that's right. They're split 1-1. I don't know. I just like the upside of getting that 30-yard run, getting that goal line touchdown. And to be honest, is he used around the goal line as much as he should be? No. Aaron Jones sees a lot of work, but A.J. Dillon has also seen a piece. So there is a chance there for him to see fantasy success. And I believe it this week. He saw 10-plus carries last week. He's done that 6 times this year. And again, when you're going up against the Detroit Lions, you could probably beat them through the air, but they are very much beatable on the ground. Now you say, well, they have Aaron Rodgers. You can beat them through the air that way. Well, this might be a get-right game for Aaron Rodgers, but I don't want to believe in it as much as I want to believe in the running game. Aaron Rodgers just hasn't been getting it done. They don't have a lot of wide receiver options right now. Allen Lazard, he may or may not play this week. Christian Watson, promising rookie. He's been in and out of the lineup. He's in concussion protocol currently right now. Romeo Doubs came back to life last week. I don't know. He's a dart throw at best. You don't know what to think when you think about the Green Bay Packers wide receiving core. And for that, it scares me. What doesn't scare me is the fact that I think this team is going to come out and they're going to run the ball 30 times. Now, does that mean A.J. Dillon gets 8 of those carries? Does that mean they split the carries 15-15? Or does that mean, we're looking at a 20-10 split, right? I think I like it any way it shapes out. You're desperate at running back. You're starting A.J. Dillon this week. I like him more than guys like Michael Carter this week against Buffalo. I like him better if you're thinking about a flex option. I like him better than Allen Robinson at Tampa Bay. I like him better than Tyler Algier against the Chargers. I'm just looking at matchups here. Mecole Hardman against Tennessee. I have in my notes here DM, and I don't know who it is. They play Miami. Who plays Miami this week? Oh, man, this is aging me. But whoever DM is, I like him more, or I like him less than I like A.J. Dillon this week. I think he's a confident play. And again, confidence in the fact that, is there a little shakiness to that? Sure, because I'm really dependent on the touchdowns. I think, are there 3 rushing touchdowns in this game? Sure. Does he get one of them? Sure. he's also averaging a pretty good yards per carry. So with that being said, I think he can break off a good run. I think he could find the end zone. I think he could turn his 10 carries into what? I don't know, 45 yards. That's 4.5 yards a carry. I'm doing easy math there. One to sound smart. And he falls in the end zone, right? That's 10 plus fantasy points. That's not enough for what we usually go with. So is there a world where I see, you know, 11 carries, 12 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown, puts him right around 13 fantasy points? Maybe he catches a ball, which is very unlikely. But yes, I think there is a world where that can happen. If you're beating the Detroit Lions, you're doing it on the ground game. And when you're missing these amount of running backs, you got to start guys like A.J. Dillon, who was a major disappointment so far this year. But I'm not saying he's going to light the world on fire, but he's definitely going to be serviceable this week. So for those reasons, that is my dark horse this week, A.J. Dillon, running back for the Green Bay Packers.